Welcome to Sportpen.
Great to be here.
Today we're diving deep into the incredible story of Jesse Owens. His name. It's more than just records, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It resonates with these huge moments, this unbelievable determination and performances that really did change the game.
Yeah, exactly. And our mission today is sort of tracing the elements that really forged that legend.
Those 4 gold medals in Berlin, 1936. That's obviously huge.
It's the centerpiece, yeah. But we want to look at the bigger picture too, What actually defines greatness in sports?
And how do figures like Owens just rewrite the whole story? It's fascinating. It's definitely more than just winning.
Totally. His story taps into something fundamental about human potential and how sports can make a massive statement.
A statement far beyond the track itself.
Okay, so let's unpack this. He was born in Oakville, Alabama.
Right, but the family moved to Cleveland, Ohio later on.
And that move to Cleveland, that really set the stage, didn't it? His early track success.
Even in high school, he was something special. East Technical High School.
Get this, back in '33, the National High School Championship. He didn't just win the 100-yard dash and the long jump.
He equaled the world records.
As a high school kid, it's almost hard to believe.
It really is phenomenal. Shows exceptional talent, obviously, but also, wow, the hard work must have started very early.
For sure. You don't get there just on talent alone, especially not at that age.
No way. That combination of ability and sheer dedication, pretty rare.
Then came Ohio State University.
Ah, yes, the Buckeye Bullet.
That nickname really stuck. His father got a job, which helped him attend, right?
Yeah, made it possible. And he worked with Coach Larry Snyder there.
And under Snyder, he dominated.
Dominated is the word. Those NCAA championships.
8 individual titles, 4 in 1935, and then, incredibly, another 4 in 1936.
That kind of sustained dominance is just, you hardly ever see that. Winning one is huge.
Right. 4 in 1 year, and then doing it again. It speaks volumes about his peak performance level.
And consistency. You have to wonder what fueled that,
But here's where it gets complicated. While he's achieving all this glory on the track,
he's dealing with the reality of segregation, deeply ingrained racism.
Yeah. Had to live off campus, couldn't always eat with the team, had separate places to stay when they traveled.
It's such a stark contrast, isn't it? The athletic accolades versus the daily discrimination.
It really highlights the contradictions of that time.
You think about the mental strength needed to perform at that level while facing that constantly.
Unbelievable resilience. Which brings us to the 1936 Berlin Olympics.
Wow, the atmosphere there. Nazi Germany hosting.
The political weight must have been immense. There was even controversy in the U.S. about whether they should even go.
A huge debate. And for Owens personally, think about that decision. Compete for a country where he wasn't treated equally.
Or use that stage to make a statement against the very ideology Germany was promoting.
Exactly. It was a complex, fraught decision. His choice to compete, well, it put him right in the spotlight.
And did he ever deliver? Gold medal, 100-meter dash. Beat Ralph Metcalfe.
Gold medal, long jump. That famous story with Luz Long. Maybe slightly different in reality, but still powerful.
Right, we'll touch on that. Gold in the 200-meter dash, too.
And then the 4x100-meter relay gold with the U.S. team.
4 gold medals. The first American track and field athlete ever to do that in a single Olympics.
Just rewriting history right there in front of the world.
Yeah.
In that environment.
It sent shockwaves, didn't it, under that kind of scrutiny? Extraordinary.
What did he say about it? Coming from, his background.
He mentioned feeling overwhelmed, just the sheer scale of it all. Imagine going from humble beginnings to the whole world watching.
That pressure, it's a different universe from college track meets.
And his ability to not just cope, but to thrive under that speaks volumes.
Mental toughness. That's definitely part of what makes someone legendary, right? Rising up when the stakes are highest.
And his success there in Berlin, it was such a powerful counter to Hitler's propaganda.
Undeniably, it flew right in the face of that whole Aryan supremacy myth. Athletic brilliance as a refutation.
Which connects to his determination. He had this quote.
The one about dreams. But in order to make dreams come into reality, it takes an awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort.
That's the one, and you see it in his actions, like
Right.
overcoming that back injury just before the Olympic trials.
At the Big Ten meet, right. He was injured, potentially couldn't compete.
But he pushes through, qualifies, and even sets a world record in the long jump despite the pain.
That's just pure grit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So back to Berlin and challenging the narrative.
Right. Defying that hateful ideology. And the friendship with Luz Long, the German long jumper.
Even if the specifics of the advice during the competition are debated.
The image of them together, the mutual respect that became this incredible symbol. Humanity over politics.
It really did. And Long's later letters to Owens, especially that poignant last one,
It just underlines the genuine connection they made. A testament to individual bonds overcoming even, well, the most hostile global situations.
sports is a bridge. It really can be sometimes.
And we should also mention Mac Robinson.
Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Right.
He was there too.
Won silver in the 200 meters. Finished right behind Owens.
It just highlights the incredible Black athletic talent present, even with all the barriers they face.
Exactly. Their collective performance was remarkable, especially considering the lack of opportunities back home.
Now, after all that triumph in Berlin, his amateur career, it ended pretty abruptly.
Yeah, he decided to come back to the U.S., look for endorsement opportunities, try to capitalize on his fame.
Which seemed reasonable, but the AAU, the Amateur Athletic Union, they didn't see it that way.
No, they disbarred him swiftly. It highlights those rigid, often unfair amateurism rules of the time.
Especially tough for athletes without independent wealth.
Absolutely. The expectation was pure dedication without financial reward, which just wasn't realistic for many. It makes you ask who that system really served.
And the irony. He comes home an Olympic hero, a global icon.
And faces major financial struggles. Continued discrimination. The endorsements didn't exactly roll in.
It's jarring, isn't it? He had to scramble, doing things like racing against horses.
And dogs, yeah. It sounds almost unbelievable, but it speaks to his resilience, his need to provide for his family against those prejudices.
It just shows the huge disconnect between his achievements and how society valued him, especially because of his race.
Stark illustration. Later on, he got into various businesses, worked at Ford Motor Company for a while.
And his views on civil rights evolved over time, too, right? He wrote about it in his books.
Yeah, Black Think and Later I Have Changed. It shows he was someone who kept thinking, engaging with the big issues.
A complex person, not just a static historical figure.
Definitely. His experiences, good and bad, clearly shaped his perspective throughout his life.
And his legacy is cemented in things like the Jesse Owens Award.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Recognizes top track and field athletes today, linking his name to excellence and that ongoing struggle for equality.
A really fitting tribute. He also got the Theodore Roosevelt Award in '74.
Recognizing his impact beyond sports, which is important too.
It's fascinating. He had this quote about his running technique.
About minimizing ground contact.
Yeah. From the air, fast down, and from the ground, fast up.
It sounds simple,
Mm-hmm.
but it shows such a deep understanding of biomechanics, of efficiency, real mastery of his craft.
So when you look at the whole picture, the early brilliance, Berlin, the challenges after,
It's clear he wasn't just about winning medals. He pushed boundaries, changed perceptions.
he really did rewrite the story of what was possible in sports, didn't he?
Absolutely. Challenged ideologies, left this enduring legacy of excellence and sheer perseverance against incredible odds.
Thanks for listening to Sportpen.
A truly inspiring story to revisit.
Definitely. So consider this. How does Jesse Owens' legacy keep inspiring conversations today? About athletic greatness, yes, but also resilience and how sports can reflect and even challenge society.
And maybe think about what other athletes have had that kind of transformative impact, redefining their sports and leaving a mark far beyond the field or track.